The new age of protest. How black meme culture is the future of protest in the age of AI. Before I go any further, let me start by saying, I was wrong, and the 92% movement is right, but for the wrong reason. Black people should sit this out, but we must also seize the opportunity to revolutionize protest culture for the AI age. Stealthy, subtle, and lucid forms of visual culture. A series of culturally embedded social and visual cues that don't need a key code are being laid waste. These centuries-old ideas, a kind of end-to-end encryption allowing us to communicate in stealth mode, like the Underground Railroad for the digital age, should be employed to get us into the rhythm, the algorithm. I'm talking about the seminal roots of black creative culture, abstraction. Black creativity is rooted in abstraction, a system based on a scale, centered in mathematics to evoke meaning and tell a story. Our progenitors reared us on this system. By using a cell and repeating it in whole or in part to create a pattern, we have reshaped modern art and cultural production. Fractal geometry is the ruling scale of Africa and those of the diaspora. It's everywhere in black meme culture and creative production, and is the next frontier in protest culture. Remember when the hip-hop aesthetic first hit the scene? There was an immediate connection with prison culture, but few realized that African statuary and black cultural production share the same use of scale and meaning. In African statuary, the head is larger, the torso is long, and the legs are short and rooted in the earth. What does hip-hop clothing look like? A hoodie or hat emphasizing the head, oversized top emphasizing thought and identity, sagging jeans giving them short legs, rooting the figure in the earth and bringing emphasis back to African understanding of scale and the communication of identity. This is a system devised centuries ago and still used to this day. Now, how does this work together with algorithmic disruption? Let's talk about Prime.
Fake accounts trying to be me on this platform. I only have two accounts. This account with my blue check mark and my backup, which is Aaron.Partis. And so what I did today was I decided to turn off any ability to download my videos. And the reason
Prime is prestigious, relatable, in-group, moral, and emotional content. Though this often results in emotionally charged content favoring conflict, rather than cooperation, there is a way to reverse engineer the Prime to get a glimpse into a cloudist directive allowing us to strategize a game plan. I'll give an example. Aaron Parnas, the Midas Touch, and a slew of independent journalists seem to be complaining of the same issue lately. The algo keeps dumping followers, forcing people to continually resubscribe to their pages. What's not talked about enough is that simultaneously, dozens of bots are being deployed using their outdated content in an attempt to bait people into subscribing to their pages and, more importantly, to disorient their sense of time, making the viewer question what is true. This is not a coincidence. There has been an attack on the media and the free press and the use of Orwellian doublespeak. A tactic used to disrupt people's sense of time and control opinion is being used to control viewers' sense of reality.
I'm going to go through what I call easy bakes. These are just a list of easy distractions that are going to get generated and thrown at you through the algorithm. We're just going to filter through them because they're really easy and predictable. You're going to really enjoy this. We're just going to start now. So one upcoming distraction, there will be a white girl with hood feminine swagger. She will be a vibe hijacker. You need to think of her as a pink lemonade trap Barbie. Okay, you're going to hear, I'm such a baddie with acrylics and tongue pop, right? Quoting city girls, edges laid. Right, says period, doesn't really know what it means, and she projects power through a borrowed lens, uses black styles like emotional armor. We're also going to see a white indie musician.
Black meme culture philosopher Justin Scott breaks this down best on his TikTok page. But what does this tell us? That a war of attrition is being waged to gain control of the masses. How do you combat this? Reorient time, make distinctive associations that place an action or a time-sensitive event, tethering the two so that there is no confusion as to when an event occurred. I know it's not cool, but in my day the date was delivered before the news was presented. You can also use phrases, dances, locations, and even fashion root people in moments in time, reorienting their reality. Because AV moves so quickly, it's a great way to root people in specific times and locations. The use of dance as a way of cultural critique goes back to slavery in America and has proven to be one of the most effective ways to mimetically communicate ideas. Kendrick Lamar's use of the cakewalk in his Super Bowl halftime show brilliantly satirized America and the disdain for the current administration, while subtly seducing others to propagate these ideas. If you haven't had the opportunity to read my article, it's a cakewalk, where I break down the historical significance of this dance. and what it means for the age of AI. Please do so. This brilliant and effective form of social protest has served the African American community well, and the best part is that you don't need to be in on it to participate. Even those who knew what was being communicated, like in the advent of the dance, the viewer wanted to participate, making themselves willing transmitters of an idea. And that is a powerful tool that can be used to leverage AI to create a new protest culture. The use of additional technologies such as end-to-end encryption, mobile verification, AI-driven fact-checkers, avatar reports on events to keep activists safe, should also be used because AI is a quick study.
He a freak though, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, let them boys to the trucks, they walk around like.
So start getting into the rhythm. All it requires is that you remember and propagate. How do we get started? We start by determining which of their house of cards is most vulnerable, then huff and puff until we blow the house down. It won't take many because once one of the walls fall, it loses an arm of support. Then it's done. P.S. When I blocked one of the fake Aaron Pernas pages, a prompt appeared that said, "Don't you want to stay updated? It's getting real in the AI streets."